Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we've got some mod updates. Now instead of covering them all in separate videos, I'm grouping them into two parts. We've currently updated 5 mods to 1.21.6 and also 1.21.7. And once again, these are for the loaders of Forge and also NeoForge. Now I'm going to be covering them one at a time because they are mostly just updating. Some of them have got some small minor tweaks and also bug fixes. The first mod we have updated is Tricky Trials Plus. This is now available for the versions I mentioned at the start of the video, but I want to talk about this mod in particular because over the last few weeks we have been working on making all the mods a lot cleaner. Obviously Trails and Tales Plus was the first mod we done that to, and Trails and Tales Plus is a lot cleaner now, only adding features that are really related to the 1.20 update, and we are debating whether we should do this for Tricky Trials Plus as well. Now, I'm going to do a poll because we definitely do want to hear what you guys think. So I will have a poll on my community page. It will also be linked in the description of this video. And the poll will basically be, do you want us to revamp the mod? Now, what does revamp mean? It will be us removing any features that are not related to the 1.21 update. So some that I can think of off the top of my head. Now, I'm going to mention a few, but the few that I do mention might not be deleted because we as a team haven't decided what is and what isn't going. But some of them that I can think of is probably things like the Moonling, the Redstone Beast, the Grunter, the Stealth, as well as things like Titanium Bat, the Power Hammer. There is then also things like Shirt, as well as Infested Redstone. Things like that don't really fit the update of 1.21, so they will be removed. Now, one thing to mention, if the vote does win for us to revamp the mod, any feature we remove could be added to a future mod, whether it is a new mod we work on or whether it is an old mod. So just because we are deleting a feature from this mod, that doesn't mean it's gone forever. First off, you can still play older versions if you want to get them features back, because we will not be deleting older versions. So once again, that poll will be on my community page and linked in the description. So go vote on it if you want to have your say over what we do. Now, we have fixed some bugs within the Tricky Trials Plus mod, so let's quickly cover them before we jump to some other mods we have updated. So the first 2 bugs we have fixed are related to the heavy anvil. The first one was you couldn't enchant certain items inside of this block. If I was to try and throw mending on a bow, this would cause a crash, but as you can see, it now works as intended. The second thing is you wouldn't be able to use treasure scrolls within the heavy anvil. Once again, this is now fixed and treasure scrolls work within the heavy anvil. The next bug we have fixed within this update is the Redstone Beast. When they would become aggressive, their lights wouldn't turn on. As you can see, this is now fixed. When they are passive, the lights are off. And if they're aggressive, the lights will turn on. And then we have also fixed a load of bugs related to the smithing templates. For example, they were incorrectly named. When these were renamed inside of Minecraft, we forgot to update it within the mod. You can now see they are named correctly with the actual trim name being in the name, as well as the heavy upgrade. There was also some bugs where you couldn't put these inside of a smithing table. If I was to now throw this down, you can see they are inserted as normal and all the correct textures show. And then there was also a bug with the heavy upgrade. When this was placed inside of here, it would show incorrect textures within these 2 slots. Well, this is now also fixed. So yeah, all the bugs we have fixed within the 1.21.6.7, we have also fixed them in the 0.5 update as well. Now, alongside Tricky Trials Plus, we have also updated Trails and Tales Plus. Now, this was updated to 1.21.6. Prior to this, I did upload a video covering everything changed within this mod, and that will also be linked in the description if you want to check that out. I definitely recommend it because this mod is so good now. But we have just updated this to 1.21.7 because they released this update just after we released this mod. Now, the next mod we have updated is the Slammer Boss. Now, just a quick note for anyone who don't know or is new to my channel, this Slammer Boss was originally in Trails and Tales Plus before the revamp, and this is one of the features that was removed but ported to its own mod. Now, the Slammer Boss is just a boss you can find within the jungles, and by default it is deactivated. You can power it with the Heart of the Earth, and upon powering it, you can see it's now moving and animated. And the only way to damage this boss is with crusting rocks, which the Slammer throws at you. If I was to go up to this and punch it, you can see I deal no damage. so it's quite a unique boss fight. This is another mod we have updated to newer versions. Now before I go any further into the video, I quickly just want to make a few notes. The first note is we are opening a public server with all of the mods that I've ever worked on, and this server will be opening in NeoForge 1.21.7. But it's not opening just yet, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the announcement for that, as that will be coming at some point in July. And the second thing I want to mention is how you can report bugs for the mod. Now, you can obviously report them in comments or on CurseForge, but the best way to do so is within my Discord. So you can join this, the link will be in the description. And when you join my Discord, if you scroll down, there's a category called Belgie's Projects. And you can see under this, we have bugs we fixing. If you click on this channel, you can see a list of all projects we are currently working on, as well as bugs that we are tracking underneath them. So for example, if we scroll down to Tricky Trials, you can see all the bugs that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So going from there, if you find the mod you are playing, so let's say you are playing the Mooblooms mod and you have found a bug where certain Moobloom don't spawn, for example, you can check to see if we are tracking it. We are currently not tracking any bugs related to the Mooblooms mod. So then you go down to the bugs forum, you click here, you then click new post, and you start entering any information you have about the bug. Let's say the Eye Blossom Moobloom can't be obtained. You then obviously enter that here, and then make sure you give the correct tag. So in this case, the bug is for the Mooblooms mod, which I've just noticed we don't have a tag for that mod, so that is something I will add. And then once you submit the bug, we will then confirm the bug is real, and then we'll add it to this tracker with an update of when it's being fixed. Now the fourth mod we have updated is the Mooblooms mod. This mod just adds Mooblooms to the game with different flower types. So for example, you can see that they spawn with poppies on. If we was to go to a flower forest, if I was to spawn them here, we will get a lot of different variants, as you can see. There are also some rare variants that can only be obtained by breeding these within certain biomes. For example, the Pale Garden. Now the fifth and final mod we have updated to newer versions is the Badgers mod from Minecraft Legends. Badgers spawn within forest biomes, and you can now mess around with these in 1.21.6 and also 1.21.7. And that is everything I have for this video. Once again, these 5 mods will now be available to download for the newer versions. All 5 of them can be found in the description. And there will be a second part to this, which will release in the coming weeks, where we update the final mods to newer Minecraft versions. But just a reminder, you can now play with these mods as well as Happy Garths, and also the Lava Chicken music disc. For anyone wondering, the final mods that are left to update is the Backpacks mod, the Booklet mod, Gardens Awakens Plus, and then also Spring to Life Plus, and also Chase the Skies Plus. And then we also can't forget MO Villagers. All of them are nearly ready, but I thought I would just release these 5 so you guys have something to mess around with in the meantime. But anyway, if you've enjoyed, do like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys in another one very soon. Don't forget, make sure to report any bugs, and stay tuned for the public server coming very soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!